So I'm Michel Desvigne, I'm a landscape architect. I studied geology and botany, and then, of course, I studied landscape architecture in École Nationale Supérieure du Paysage in Versailles. I was lucky in my career with some time spent in studies in Villa Medici. I spent a lot of time doing drawings, and that was very important. I've been working in a lot of countries, I think 26 countries in my life. I developed more than 300 projects, and still I feel I'm a very young landscape architect. 30 years of practices for a landscape architect is nothing. So by chance right now, I can make some evaluation of my work. And of course, in this school in Versailles, with Michel Courageux, we learned a lot about mechanism, human mechanism. And we spent a lot of time with observation of countryside, and we did realize that we have a lot of traces. They all are very important because they correspond to old practices or nature. So we in our French school, we are convinced that doing a project in landscape architecture is about transformation processes. And that's maybe the key part of our practice in France. So we have this strong conviction. So it's not only superimposing new shapes that could be fashion or not. We definitely think we have to understand and transform existing traces before to do anything new on a landscape in a city. And it corresponds to understanding the way water is running. It's about exposure, and it's about all these old practices. It's about history as well. If I had to say something to a student today, I would say first, they are very lucky. I mean, all these students today, because there are a lot of projects happening everywhere. I think there is a complexity, of course, in our society. Philosopher mentioned that for decades, but now I think we can really feel this complexity, this richness in what happens in the world, everywhere at the same time. So I would say they are very lucky because they can observe a lot of very different situations at the same time. And also because there are so much projects happening, so much need. Demography is a big concern. Climate changes are big concerns. So I mean, all these new topics oblige a lot of creativity in students' mind. So I think it's a lucky period for our profession. We have a lot to do, and we all are very convinced again, as we were in landscape architecture in Versailles, that we are dealing with transformation processes. We have very big cities, industry vanished, and we have to deal with this transformation everywhere in our cities. And I like it. I mean, so transformation processes and a strong complexity in new topics.